for your health.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think it's a lot of that like entrepreneurial drive and spirit that you've had that kind of allowed you to move in this direction with your health from the beginning, or were you in a much different place back at the beginning and you kind of found this along the way?
I've always been, and I hesitate to use entrepreneurial.
Mm-hmm.
I've used the term stubborn.
I think the two can go quite hand in hand.
Yeah. I've been that way all my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Tell me I can't do something.
Yeah.
I'll push it.
Yeah.
You know. But, and whether that plays into the business route or the route of health, they're very much the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So you've always kind of had this drive since the beginning of your health journey then of like, because when did this start? When were you initially diagnosed with cancer?
With lymphoma, I was back in 2003 or no.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So over 20 years now.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then that went away. And I think whether it was complacency or whether it was just genetics or circumstance, I don't know what happened, but there's several conspiracy theories, but along the way you have to continuously support that not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
every single day you have to live that.
So do you have like a specific practice that helps you get to this place every day, or is it just something you're always trying to keep kind of at the forefront of your mind until it gets programmed into your subconscious?
I think it is at the forefront of my mind all the time, but I think we have to change it to what is it. So I try not to think about the cancer aspect of it. I think about the perfect health and what does that look like.
Yeah. So you're not so focused on making the cancer go away so much as you are like achieving perfect health.
Right.
You know, you're gaining something rather than losing something.
Right.
Yeah.
What do I have to do to maintain perfect health? And my whole thought process all along was, I want to return to perfect health.
Okay.
That was my goal.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would say you're probably closer now, would you agree, than you've been in a very long time?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Probably better now than in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's exciting to hear. So what does this look like from kind of a day-to-day basis, a month-to-month basis? Like what kind of things are you utilizing and incorporating into your daily life to help drive toward this perfect health?
If I think about it in terms of, I always think in terms of graphs and charts, right? So if I chart out my life and I say, well, what does a day look like? I think of that in terms of naturopathic, allopathic, and then like devices and supplements. I love a good supplement, but there's not one. It's all of it.
Yeah.
And so you have the mind body, then you have devices like, I love red light. I found that very effective. I love the naturopathic approach. I love the allopathic approach. And they all work hand in hand. And so like, if I break it down and say, well, what does a typical day look like? I went through a bunch of testing to figure out the right supplement realm that worked for me. Yeah. And then I also learned about red light therapy. So I have like a commercial red light in my house.
You sent me the link to that.
Yeah,
it's
that thing is wild.
Legit setup. Yeah.
Yeah. I have like a vibration plate to move my lymph. So those are kind of the little things that I do. A lot of meditation. And I try to do a combo move. Like, well, if I'm going to do red light, then I'm going to meditate while I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And that helps, you know, time efficiency.
Yeah.
I also love cold plunge. That's so effective. it's a big dopamine jump. And then I also went down the path of EBU, which we talked about. So I got a lot of flack for that. But you know what? It works, and we proved it works.
Can you explain what EBU is to people who might not be? Because I wasn't familiar with it either before.
If you're not familiar, we were looking. I had that back up a bit. I had a huge toxic burden in my blood level wise. So high level of.
You showed me some of the lab results. It's unbelievable. It's like, how are you even alive? Yeah,
I don't know. They called and said after those results, they called and said, I don't know how you're alive. But it came from a high level of mold exposure, metal exposure, environmental toxin, and those can come from a variety of ways. So how do you get rid of that? One way is through binder, and there's some great ways to do that. And the whole detox process, you go through all of that. And say, okay, well, we have to have the mold. First, you have to move the lymph. Then you have to have certain levels fall out and really last as metal, I think. But then that opens up a whole host of things. So I went through EBU to do that, and long story short, it filters your blood. And there has been some controversy about that, why you do it. But I found that it was the fastest, most effective way to rid my body of toxin.